I'm Alison Alexander. I'm a food consultant and I'm based here in Brisbane. My world is just all about food. I love all sorts of food. I love cooking all different types of cuisines from around the world, for instance. But my real love is preserve making. And what I love about it is it extends the seasons. I may well be picking tomatoes in the autumn, but I can be using those tomatoes in a lovely pasta sauce and enjoying that in September when I don't have tomatoes in the garden. Or I'm using some cucumbers that I grow and they're a summer crop, but I'll be pickling them and then eating them in the winter. That's what I love about preserves. Here today, I've had an array of preserves to look at and taste my way through all of these jars on the table, and there is one thing that we must have a really good close look at, and that's this beautiful Rosella Jam. Now this has been made at the Queensland Children's Hospital School, and I just love the idea that they've actually grown the rosellas themselves, taken them off the bushes, taken it into the kitchen, done all the work to get it into this jar. We're here today to judge this jam and then to chat to the children at the hospital online.
Welcome everybody, junior school, senior school, everyone, please say hello to Alison.
Hello, how are you all? Hello.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're doing here today with everyone.
Well, I'm at the place that would have been the Ekka. I'm one of the judges for the preserves at the Ekka, and I've got in my hand here your jar of Rosella Jam. I've already had a sneak taste of it and it tasted very nice. It's got a lovely colour to it, and there's something about Rosella Jam, that lovely tanginess that it has, and it sort of makes me think I'd like to put that on a piece of toast right now. So that's what I was thinking, but well done to actually grow your own rosellas and then make the jam. Very few people have the ability to actually grow them because they don't have a garden, they live in an apartment or something. They have to go and find them in a market because you can't buy them very often in the shops. But you've done the whole thing from, growing your own right through to making something with it. So congratulations, well done.
Thank you so much, Alison. This is such a buzz for everybody here in the room. We're electric in here, aren't we, kids? Yeah! So we worked really hard. We have a lot of garden space and a lot of space for patients in our hospital. It's really part of the way we care for our patients. So in those garden spaces, we've been nurturing the soil and then planting from a seed our Rosella. We cared for those in our Queensland sunshine and that Queensland environment. So it really soaked up our school community and our hospital community. So I think that's why it tastes so special, Alison. It's because it's been loved and nurtured from a seed all the way through that process. We have grown these rosellas for 9 months, and then we harvested and we peeled, and we all had pink fingers, didn't we, kids? We all had pink fingers. Rosella is very important to me, Alison, because it's very much about my family heritage. My grandma always made it for me. It's about me connecting, I guess, to my family as well. So what we're trying to do is help our children understand that as well, that family heritage. When you connect with nature and you create something that's you've looked after for so long, and it's really important, I think, and tasty, which is the best bit, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think also it's interesting you chose Rosella because you can't actually buy Rosella Jam in the supermarkets. It's not available because it's not a fruit that's grown commercially. It grows in our subtropical climate and further north into the tropics. So it's very much something of Brisbane. So congratulations on choosing something that's really very special to here.
Well, Alison, we so appreciate your time. I know the school kids are buzzing to ask you some questions. So let's start off with some of the junior school kids.
Hi Alison, my name is Taylor and I come from Lismore. What I want to know is Rosella Jam your favourite kind of jam?
Gosh, that's a hard one because I really love jam. I love all sorts of jam. But Rosella is a real favourite, Michaela, true, because I can't buy it, because it's not as common as some of the others. I didn't grow any Rosellas this year at all. And I was lucky that I had a friend who gave me some and she'd grown them, because otherwise I wouldn't have made any for our house. But it comes very close to the top of the tree of my favourites, I must say. And congratulations on being one of the cooks. Good on you.
This question is from my friend Lily. Hi Alison, my name is Lily and I come from Scotland. What's your favourite ride at the Ekka?
Oh my goodness, what's my favourite ride at the Ekka? Do you know, Lily, I have to be honest and say I haven't been on a ride at the Ekka for quite some time. And my favourite ride they took down. It was the one that was like a ski lift, and we used to ride right over the top of the showgrounds. And I used to love that. That was a great favourite. But I think when the Ekka comes back, I'll have to go back on a ride and have another go, won't I?
Thank you, Alison.
Thank you. Thank you, Michaela.
Beautiful. All right. Shall we get our next student from the junior campus up?
Hi Alison, I'm Liberty and I come from Cairns. What's your favourite food at the Ekka?
What is my favourite food at the Ekka? My gosh. I really do have to think about that, because I don't have a particularly sweet tooth. Here I am saying how much I like jams, and I do. But I look for savoury things. So sometimes there are people with lovely little steamed dumplings, little Chinese dumplings. I think they're some of my favourite things.
Liberty has a question for another one of our students as well. His name is Dimitri.
Hello Alison, my name is Dimitri and I am from Red Bank Plains. I was at school when you made a jam. What do you think it tastes like?
What do I think it tastes like? Well, I've got it here. I'm going to have a taste of it. It's got a great colour. It's got a rich flavour of Rosella, but then you get that little bitey acid part. And that's one of the things that I really like about Rosellas. They're not just sweet. It has a natural acidity, and that's the thing that I really like about Rosellas. I can taste that in my mouth now. So just delicious, really lovely.
Wow.
Good job, Alan.
Beautiful questions. Well, let's give a little turn to some of our friends at the senior school.
Hi, my name's Amina. What do you do if you don't like the food you're taste testing?
Do you know, Amina, that is a terrific question. It really is. What do I do? Well, you know, that's part of being a judge. You actually have to taste it. It's not whether I like it or not. It's whether it's well made. Is it balanced in its flavour? Is the sugar, is the salt, is the vinegar in the right proportions? That's what we look for, rather than this is my favourite thing to have on a piece of toast. You've got to be very fair. Just like you do when you're playing sport, you've got to be fair. You've got to be very fair when you're judging. Same thing.
On behalf of Tulsi, what has been the most unique food you have tasted, and was it good or bad?
I'm very lucky that I do taste a lot of food, but it's good food. I like food. I like tasting things. I like tasting things that are new varieties, for instance. Just recently, I was given a new type of, it's not a cucumber, it's not a zucchini, and it's not a melon, but it looks like all three of those things. That was really an unusual vegetable. What was I going to do with it? Well, I actually made it into a preserve. I pickled it. So just recently, that's one of the most unusual things I've tasted.
So hello Alison, this is Dominic, and Dominic would like to ask you, can you make chocolate jam?
I suspect you like chocolate, Dominic. Chocolate jam, no. You don't make jam out of chocolate. You could flavour a preserve if it was the right sort of preserve, like one of the sauces, that sort of thing. Or I've actually tasted marmalade that had some chocolate through it.
Oh.
That was a really unusual way of using it. Maybe the answer is yes. But an interesting question, Dominic, certainly.
Hello, Alison. My name is Sylvie. I come from the sunny coast. I have not been to the Ekka. Where is the Ekka?
Where is the Ekka? The Ekka is held really in the middle of Brisbane, very, very close right to the city, but it's got a fairly big area around it, lots of buildings that have all sorts of exhibits in it. Of course, one of the favourite buildings is the sample bag building or the show bag building. There's sheep, there's pigs, there's goats, and the chickens, the hens, the turkeys, the ducks, the quail. It is the noisiest pavilion you've ever been in. You know, there's some lovely things to see here. And then, of course, I haven't even talked about the rides. Some very scary rides that go really fast, right through to the ones that look like my sort of ride, which are either a Ferris wheel or sitting in a teacup and saucer. I think that's about my size.
Hello, Alison. My name is Lily. Now I live at Tunham Sands. When did the Ekka start?
Well, we're now in the month of August, and the Ekka will go normally it starts on a Saturday and it goes right through to the following weekend and finishes on the following Sunday. Usually starts in the second week of August. So you need to look at your calendar for next year and think, now when's that Saturday in the second week of August, because that's about the time the Ekka's going to start.
Hi, Alison. My name is Sienna, and I would like to know if you can enter peanut butter to the competition.
You know, I don't think they do have a section for peanut butter, but why not? Why not? Sienna, have you ever made peanut butter? You haven't? Well, there's a challenge for you, because first of all, you get some nice fresh peanuts. You roast them. No salt, just roast them unsalted to start with. And then you put them in a blender and you turn the blender on until you've got the texture that you want. Do you like it smooth or do you like it crunchy? You like it crunchy, so do I. So you don't run the machine until it's absolutely smooth. You leave some nice little nibbly bits in there. And you could make your own, but no, there is no competition for peanut butter at the Ekka.
First of all, thank you so much, Priscilla, for inviting me along. And thank you, Alison. I learned so much this morning. Can I just tell you that Dominic and Dylan, they've come up with me because I was so excited that I almost forgot what I was going to say. We've got people jumping around, putting their hands in the air and clapping because this is such a special day for us. And Alison, I wanted to thank you so much for your kind words about Rosella. You know, I'm from a place called Ireland, and this is the very first time in my life that I've tasted Rosella Jam. I've had gooseberry jam, I've had orange jam, I've had marmalade, I've had apricots, I've had strawberries, I've had all sorts of stuff, but never ever in my life Rosella Jam, and it was so special to taste it. And when Alison said that it had a very special taste, I understood exactly what she meant, because it is sweet and then it's got that lovely little taste afterwards. So Alison, I had a taste of it as well, and I completely agree with you. I think these guys are amazing, and that's why we're so excited.
I think you've every right to be. It's something very special that they've done. No Rosellas you will not find in Ireland, I'm afraid. But I think it brings up the regionality and how different things grow in different places, and that's the fun of discovering in food, of course, for me. But I think what you've achieved as a school, within a hospital or outside a hospital, there would be many schools who would be so envious of what you've achieved by growing your own fruit and then making it into a jam, and then having the forethought to maybe enter it into the Ekka. What you're going to have to do now, of course, I hope you saved some of those seeds so you can grow them again, and you can perfect the art and enter it again in 2022. I'd love to see it come up in front of you. There's your challenge for next year.
can I just say how special our school is and how special our students are and the brilliant and wonderful people who work in our school. So without them, none of this will be possible. School is really important for young people, both who are in hospital, but also for their siblings, for their brothers and sisters, and for their family. And it's important to keep connected with your knowledge and with learning and learning to be with people, even when things are very difficult. And I think our school does that in a very special way. It allows children and young people to keep connected with learning and to learn new skills and new things, and that even when times are very tough, when their mum and dad and their brothers and sisters are in hospital. So I just wanted to please ask that we give a huge big round of applause to all of the students and teachers for the brilliant work they do.
Yeah. Good job, everyone.
I particularly wanted Alison to know that once the children had removed the calyxes and the seeds were distributed amongst all the children to take home to their homes around regional Queensland so that we could spread the Rosella love in and around Queensland and all over our beautiful state.
Renee, you're welcome to come up and share your thoughts.
Here at the hospital, we really look after our environment and we nurture it for all the kids. And what we actually have is an Environmental Stewardship Award. And this is a very special award. You can see that it's made out of timber, and all of those timbers are recycled. They're recycled from some of the pallets on the hospital. They're recycled from some of our packaging. And you'll see all the different colours. They're all the different timbers put together. And we have a plaque here that's made out of recycled stainless steel. And we award it to people who are guardians, who are champions of the environment, who know how to look after the earth, to connect with it, and to live in balance with the environment. And we think as the hospital, we think that the Queensland Children's Hospital School should be awarded this monthly award. So Frank's going to award this to the school, and this will be their award to keep and to remind them always of how just one little seed of Rosella can be a jar of purpose, a delicious jar of purpose, but a jar of purpose, a jar of sunshine, and a jar that keeps on giving. So that's why we want to reward the children for looking after their seed, for letting it grow, and looking after our environment. So and creating a future of an army of kids that are going to look after our environment. So congratulations.
Congratulations. Great effort. It's been lovely hearing your story of how it all happened. I've really enjoyed that. You went to the trouble of planting the seed right through to the fruition of making something with the fruit. And it's lovely hearing that. So thank you very much for sharing it with me. Bye, everybody. Bye. Rosella Jam is a very different jam. You can't say it's like anything else. It has a very rich colour. It's this plummy, purpley, deep red. But as well as that, it's all about the flavour in food that gets the top marks. And Rosella really ticks that box because it's got the flavour of the fruit, it's sweet, but it's got this lovely tartness to it. It's just a great balance. And when you're making a jam, you want to bring out the best in that fruit to achieve that. And certainly this jar has that lovely balance of flavour. So congratulations to everybody who had a hand in growing it, in plucking it, in any stage of the making. Well done, because you've made a beautiful jam.